Jose.
Yeah.
Easy way down, which is also the more dangerous way down. Just left it here because they didn't want to do anything with it. This thing was definitely caught fire. Oh, hello. Welcome to Strange Places, where we go places that most people wouldn't dare to venture. And I am your host, Max Power. Today on Strange Places, we're going to be checking out an abandoned steel plant. So today I'm going to be joined by Jose California from the channel Exploring with Jose California. When you're done with the video, please go in the description, check out the link to his channel. Exploring with Josh literally watches his videos. He's left comments on his videos, so you know it's got to be good when Exploring with Josh checks out his stuff. So if you're new to my channel, what I do every video is give shout outs to the people who ask the most interesting questions in the comments section on my previous videos. Thank you for all your questions. These are the 3 people who are going to have their questions answered on Strange Places today. First question comes from Sergio, who asked, "You seem to have no fear of anything. What do you attribute that to?" My next question comes from Matt Subulak. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, Matt. What is the creepiest occult evidence you have come across urbexing? And my last question, which is a really funny question, comes from Johnny G, who asked, the question everyone is dying to know, did you get together with LR? LR is a girl who asked in one of my videos in the comment section, "Are you circumcised?" I said, "I don't know, want to find out yourself." So those are the 3 people who are going to have their questions answered on Strange Places. I will be answering those questions sometime during the video, so stay tuned if you want to hear the answers to those questions. So if you want to be one of the lucky 3 who gets a shout out and their question answered on Strange Places, go in the comment section, ask me or anyone who's been on Strange Places any question you want. We will answer all your questions, and 3 people are going to be picked to have their questions answered on Strange Places. Shout out to Logic7 who provided the music in this video. The link to his channel is going to be in the description. If you haven't already, please go down there right now, hit that subscribe button, hammer that like button, turn those notifications on. It really helps me out a lot, and here's the best part. You'll be able to see Strange Places videos the moment they come out. We're releasing a lot of videos this summer. If you love Urbex, or if you love abandoned places, or if you love haunted places, we do all that. Go subscribe to Strange Places. So now we take you to the abandoned steel plant on Strange Places. So when I got to that 3rd or 4th story, I got the drone fired up, but unfortunately due to some issues, I was having range problems with the drone, and I also could not see what the drone was actually filming. The connection to the first-person view system was not coming through my iPhone, so I could not see what the drone was actually filming. The drone footage in this video is just a fair warning. And I almost killed Jose California with the drone. Yeah. So then, I wanted to get to the top of the building, but the only way to the top of the building is through this fire escape. And the only way to get to the fire escape is via this makeshift bridge made out of wooden 2x4. this obviously is the top deck, the top of the stairs. I came here 2 years ago and I was frightened to death of coming up here, and that just goes to show you that you can overcome your fears and become a better Urbexer. But let's take a look in here. This is the top floor. Very cool view. These windows. Not know where these lead to. I don't know where those go. It's more scary. Okay. There's one more floor. Get here. These ropes and everything. So we're gonna get up there and show you what's at the top. This is where I just came from. Down here. And look at the, first of all, look at the view. Look at that view. Wow. Finally at the top. There's actually one more level, but there's no way to get up there. It goes all the way up to a roof level, but there's just no way to get up there. Oh god, no way. Oh, there's a little place we can go. Then I found a roof which offered a very good view of the surroundings. And once again, I tried to get some dope aerial shots with the drone. But that's as far as it allowed me to go due to settings and range issues. And this shot is also quite lame, but it does give you a halfway decent look at the main buildings of the plant. Climbing up is always the easy part. It seems like the hardest part is always getting down.
Should I take the easy way down, which is also the more dangerous way down?
Yo, Jose. Yeah. Finally made an appearance on the video. Actually, you were in the drone shots. Jose Cali's gonna dip. I think I'm gonna stick around, film some more stuff. Forgot to get the ceiling up here. It's a pretty high ceiling. But yeah, we'll check out some other stuff here. That was the most fun part of it. Not the safest place to be, huh? Jose Cali just left. His wife is taking him out to dinner. It's just me now. Shout out to Jose California. The link to his channel is going to be in the description. When you're done with this video, please go in the description and check out Jose California's channel. It's lit. So they actually did tear down parts of this, so as you're just walking, you'll find just all sorts of debris. This looks like there's just piles of junk here. Just piles of pure junk. Old power strips, shoes. I don't know what little girls' polo shoes are doing here. This building looks like some sort of office building. I'm about to go check it out. This building, we're gonna check out this building last, just because it's right by the road. It's easy to spot. We're gonna check out this building and a few other buildings. Film camera. There's that lane building right there. Cool graffiti here. So the reason that I took that way up was because I remembered that there were no staircases in this building. But apparently somebody was smart enough to do this. If I would have looked at this, I wouldn't have had to climb. So this is the only way to the third floor. Third floor. Somebody just got up. Using. Going down should be a lot of fun. Let's see what's down here. Spooky room. Ooh. So dark in there. Those are just bathrooms. And there's the other way out. There are the smokestacks right there. And there's that building that I'm not going to go into because it's too risky. So I'm in a room filled with a ton of documents. What the hell is this? Find one document. Okay, I don't know what. So yeah, there's just a ton of documents. Look at all these. Let's like try to find one document. Okay, I don't know what that is. Chemistry, grinding, scheduled ovens. Just looks like all technical stuff. Just a lot of technical stuff. Coke ovens, that's really what this plant is. It's not technically a steel plant. It's a coke plant that makes coke, and that's one of the materials they use to make steel is coke. Let's look over the kingdom. The kingdom of crap. This is my kingdom. The kingdom of crap. Now you may have noticed we are very far from the from the tallest structures, the tower and the chimneys. This place is very spread out. Those two towers, I want to say, are about almost half a mile away from where I'm standing right now. Truck's over here. That's the last thing we're going to look at, and then we're going to get out of here. The smaller building that you'll find around the road winds all the way around the facility, and this is one of the buildings. I like to call this building the crack house. Check this out. So I knew this building was familiar. 2 years ago I came here with my friend Sean, and this is the first building we explored. So that's actually the building that I was thinking of. I thought this building was over there. So this is the last place we're going to be exploring. There are newspapers in there from 9/11, booths everywhere, and there's a really cool office. So that's probably going to be the last place we're going to explore after we visit the truck. So first question asked by Sergio is, you seem to have no fear of anything. What do you attribute that to? And one of the reasons he asked that question is because he saw me climbing some rusty ladders at an abandoned church. So I originally answered Sergio's question in a somewhat short response. He thought I was kind of holding back a little bit in that answer. He sent me another message kind of encouraging me to go more in depth about the answer. And then he sent me this funny photo too. He said, it looks like you've completely overcome your fear of heights. To fully answer your question, Sergio, I have to give a pretty lengthy response. I do still have a fear of both heights and going alone into places that are reportedly haunted. I'm never afraid of going into haunted places when I go with at least one other person for some reason. I don't know why that's the case, but you could tell me that a place is the most haunted place on earth. If I went with one other person, I wouldn't be scared. As far as my fear of heights, some of that went away over time. I mentioned early on in the video that I would not have walked over that wooden board 2 years ago to get to that fire escape. I know because I came to that same place for the first time in October of 2015. I wouldn't even get near the edge, and I certainly did not want to come anywhere near that board. Most of my fear of heights disappeared when I had to drop into that bank using old internet and phone cables. Most of the things that I do now pale in comparison to how sketchy that was. To be perfectly honest, I was absolutely terrified of having to lower myself with those sketchy wires through that hatch. I learned that that was the only way into the bank, and I couldn't miss out on an opportunity to explore it. This was the only way that I was going to be able to film there. If you haven't seen the bank video, it's one of my better videos. Check it out. The link will be in the description. That was one of the sketchiest things I've ever done on Strange Places. Now when I do something that's less dangerous, I think, well, at least it's not the bank. But that's just part of a larger point. There are fears that I have to overcome in order to make these videos. I can't allow fear or anything else to get in my way. I think it also just comes from a stubbornness. Once I decide I'm going to explore something, I'm going to find a way to do it despite any dangers. I think when I have a vision I want to be realized, like a great video or a great short film, I don't allow anything to keep me from turning that vision into a reality. And this photo, I love the edit by the way, but I actually was a bit scared to do this, both because of the heights and because there was a danger that I would get spotted. But I knew it was going to be a dope shot for the video, so I had to do this despite the fact that I could get spotted, despite the fact that it was very high up. I do still have limits. You won't see me doing pull-ups on a crane or a radio tower 800 feet off the ground or doing backflips on the edge of a building. Some of these people do. They're incredibly fearless, but for me that's just kind of crossing a boundary from facing your fears to make a great video and doing something that could easily kill you. I might be able to overcome my fears, but I guess I'm not suicidal. And lastly, the Strange Places motto is, we go places that most people wouldn't dare to venture. I created that motto and I have to live up to it. I have to be willing to do things that people wouldn't do and go places that people wouldn't go to, because that is the whole point of the channel and that's the whole motto that I created. So my videos have to follow that motto and I have to follow that motto. I hope that answers your questions, Sergio. If you have any more questions for me, feel free to leave those questions in the comment section. I'll answer all your questions, especially since you've been a fan of mine for I think a year and a half now. I really appreciate the support. Thanks for asking this question, and I'll continue to answer all your questions that you have in the comment section. Also, shout out to Sergio. He's been a big supporter of mine for a long time. So my next question comes from Matt Subulak. What is the creepiest occult evidence you have come across urbexing? My crew and I, we run into symbols all the time and evidence of occult rituals. We can never figure out if those are just kids fooling around, are just drawings. But there is one instance where we think we found a ritual sacrifice in the basement of a house in the woods. Very creepy house. I made 3 episodes on the place. So there are 3 dead animals in the basement, and the consensus in the Chicago Urbex community is that all 3 of those animals were sacrificed. Well, at first I went there and there was a dead deer, dead raccoon, and there was some other furry little creature down there that had also died, and I just attributed that to, okay, the deer fell down the stairs, the raccoon fell down the stairs, whatever that last thing is, you know, died for some reason. Then I started hearing people who actually went there and they examined it and they said, dude, we think this is sacrifice. Look at the way the neck snapped all the way back, and it looked like the hide had been cut around the throat. And then I thought about it, and it's one thing if a deer fell down the stairs, broke its neck, died. But then a raccoon also fell down the stairs, and some sort of squirrel fell down the stairs. All of those animals fell down the stairs, met the same fate, and died in the same place. It's kind of odd, especially a raccoon. Raccoons are very crafty and athletic little creatures. Usually they don't fall down the stairs and die. That started to get me thinking. I think that these animals were sacrificed. So they were either sacrificed in some sort of religious ritual, or they were the victims of someone or a group of people torturing animals in a basement, which both those notions are very creepy. That's what we think happened. We think those animals were deliberately killed in that basement. So I hope that answers your question, Matt. Shout out to Matt Subilak. He has some videos on his channel. Go check out his channel. The link to his channel is going to be in the description. My last question comes from Johnny G, who, after declaring me the James Bond of urbexing, he said, the question everyone is dying to know, did you get together with LR? On one of my videos, this girl named LR, she commented, are you circumcised? And I just replied, I don't know, want to find out for yourself? That's one of the shout outs that I gave was to her, and one of the questions that I answered on the video. The answer to question, Johnny, is unfortunately not. I don't know, I don't think she appreciated my smart ass remark. Want to find out for yourself? I don't know. I don't think she liked that. So no, I did not get together with LR. It's unlikely that I will in the future, unfortunately. So shout out to those 3 people. If you want to shout out and have an answer to your question answered on Strange Places, go in the comment section below and ask any question you want. Ask anyone who's ever been on Strange Places any question. We will answer all your questions, and the top 3 best questions will be answered on Strange Places. So that was a very lengthy Q&A session, but now time to get back to the abandoned steel plant. Guys, this is the truck. Right now, I am standing on a Mercedes-Benz straight 8. Wait, hold up. So yeah, this is a straight 8 diesel engine, which is very weird. Yeah, I've never heard of an engine like this. It says Mercedes-Benz on it. That's how I know it's a Mercedes-Benz. A lot of damage, but the engine, like all the engine parts are still there. They're just not intact. The gaskets have been exposed, the cylinders. It looks like this truck might have caught on fire. In fact, that's, I think, what happened. It looks charred. It looks like this baby's been charred. It looks like it caught on fire. And they just left it here because they didn't want to do anything with it. This thing was definitely caught fire. Look at all the charred stuff. Look at this melted. This melted. Look, the Mercedes-Benz. This is what happens when metal melts. So I don't know what this is, like aluminum or zinc or some sort of metal that melts very easily. Yeah, melted. Look at it, melted. This thing melted. That's crazy. And then all these, they didn't melt. Oh, here's a nice little shot of I don't know what this is either. Maybe is this part of the transmission, or am I an idiot? I don't know. And then I tried to get some dope shots with the drone once more. And it once again failed. But this is a somewhat decent shot. This used to be an office. It used to be really cool. It's been destroyed for some reason. I don't know if it got vandalized or if they stripped this place. I went inside there and it looked like hell, and the office was gone, and none of the papers, none of those 9/11 papers were there anymore. And I decided, well, why would I show my viewers that when I can show them the videos from 2 years ago when it looked really good? But I could not find those files. I could not find them, so I'm very sorry I couldn't find those. I can't show you what this place looked like 2 years ago, but I can assure you it looked a lot better than the condition it's in today. So guys, what the hell? So guys, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. I am your host, Max Power. See you next time on Strange Places.